Hi there, friends. I'm Pastor Dave, and I'm back with another story for today. I don't know how it is at your house, but this is a hard day for me. It seems like there's so much happening, and there's a lot of things that are going on in the world that just make my heart hurt. Today's story helps us to think about how a group of people can come together to do something wonderful. I hope that you like it. It is fun to say out loud, and the pictures are fun. I hope you enjoy this story that's called Bubble Trouble. And it is put together by some people who are called Margaret and Polly Dunbar. Let's listen for the story of Bubble Trouble. Little Mabel blew a bubble, and it caused a lot of trouble. Such a lot of bubble trouble in a bibble-bobble way, for it broke away from Mabel as it bobbed across the table, where it bobbled over Baby, and wafted him away. Oh, look at her brother. The baby didn't quibble. He began to smile and dribble, for he liked the wibble-wobble of the bubble in the air. But Mabel ran for cover as the bubble bobbed above her, and she shouted out for Mother, who was putting up her hair. At the sudden cry of trouble, Mother took off at the double, for the squealing left her reeling, made her terrified and tense. Saw the bubble for a minute with the baby bobbing in it as it bibbled by the letterbox and bobbed across the fence. In her garden, Krista Gribble had begun to cry and cavil at her lazy brother Greville, reading novels in his bed. But she bellowed, "Gracious, Greville!" as she groveled on the gravel when the baby in the bubble bibble-bobbled overhead. In a garden folly, Tibble and his jolly mother Sybil sat and played a game of Scrabble, shouting shrilly as they scored. But they both began to babble and to scrabble with the Scrabble as the baby in the bibble-bobble bubbled by the board. Then crumpled Mr. Copple and his wife, a crabby couple, set out arm in arm to hobble and to squabble down the lane. But the baby in the bubble turned their hobble to a joggle as they raced away like rockets, and they've never limped again. Even feeble Mrs. Threeble, in a muddle with her needle, matching pink and purple patches for a pretty patchwork quilt, when her sister told her, tossed the quilt across her shoulder as she set off at a totter in her tattered tartan kilt. At the shops, a busy rabble met to gossip and to gabble, started gibbering and goggling as the bubble bobbled by. Mother, hand in hand with Mabel, flew as fast as she was able to very troubled lest the bubble burst or vanish in the sky. That baby just keeps on going, doesn't he? After them came Greville Gribble in his nightshirt with his novel, all about a haunted hovel, held on high above his head, followed by his sister Krista, though her boots had made a blister. Then came Tibble pulling Sybil with a Scrabble for a sled. After them, the Copple couple came cavorting at the double. Then a jogger, quite a slogger, joined the crowd, who called and coughed. Up above the puzzled people, way up toward the chapel steeple, rose the bubble with the baby, slowly lifting up aloft. There was such a flimadiddle. Mabel huddled in the middle. Canon Dapple left the chapel, followed by the chapel choir, and the treble singer Abel threw an apple core at Mabel as the baby in the bubble bobbled up a little higher. Oh, they giggled and they goggled until all their brains were boggled as the baby in the bubble rose above the little town. "With this problem let us grapple," murmured kindly Canon Dapple. "And the problem we must grapple with is bringing baby down." Now, let Mabel stand on Abel, who could stand and turn on Tibble, who could stand on Greville Gribble, who could stand upon the wall, while the people from the shop will stand to catch them if they topple. Then perhaps they'll reach the bubble, saving baby from a fall. Well, that sounds like a good plan. I wonder what happened. Do you have any idea? Let's see. But Abel, though a treble, was a rascal and a rebel, fond of getting into trouble when he didn't have to sing. Pushing quickly through the people, Abel clambered up the steeple with nefarious intentions and a pebble in his sling. What's he going to do with that pebble, I wonder, and his slingshot? Abel quietly aimed the pebble past the steeple of the chapel at the baby in the bubble wibble wobbling way up there, and the pebble burst the bubble. So the future seemed to fizzle for the baby boy, who grizzled as he tumbled through the air. Oh no, look at how high he is. What a moment for a mother as her infant plunged above her. There were groans and gasps and gargles from the horror-stricken crowd. Sybil said, "Upon my honor, there's a baby who's a goner." And Krista hissed with emphasis, "It shouldn't be allowed." Oh, no. But Mabel, Tibble, Greville, and the jogger, christened Neville, didn't quiver, didn't quaver, didn't drivel, shrivel, wilt. But as one they made a swivel, and with action, firm but civil, they divested Mrs. Streble of her pretty patchwork quilt. Oh, what calculated catchwork! Baby bounced into the patchwork, where his grizzles turned to giggles and to wiggles of delight. And the people stared dumbfounded as he bobbled and rebounded, till the baby boy was grounded and his mother held him tight. And the people there still prattle. There is lots of tittle-tattle, for the glory of the story, young and old folk, gold and gray, of how wicked treble Abel tripled trouble with his pebble, but how Mabel and some others saved her brother and the day. That's the end of the story that's called Bubble Trouble. I hope that you like it. And I hope that you can think about how it's possible sometimes for one person or a few people to cause a lot of trouble, and how it's important when somebody causes trouble for the rest of us to get together and to act for peace and to be creative and to think kindly. I hope that you don't have any trouble today, but if you do, I hope you have friends like Mabel who can help you change the situation for the good. I'll look forward to being with you tomorrow. I'm Pastor Dave, and I'll be here with another story. Goodbye.